You're not failing as an artist because you don't have enough time. You're failing as an artist because you don't have the right schedule. This video gives you 3 tips to schedule your life so that your art can multiply and grow as big as the dreams and hopes and aspirations that you have are. So many artists fail because they wait for inspiration, because they don't have a good structure. They believe, oh, creativity will die with the structure. Creativity cannot flourish with the structure. But any great artist will tell you, creativity thrives with limits. When you have a good limitation, that breeds the most creativity because you must work within the structure you have to build the best thing that you can build. A good creative structure also stops you from burning out, which is something I've struggled with for years, and I know that I'm not alone. When you have this beautiful weekly schedule, it creates sustainability in your life that will allow you to continue to make art as much as you want to into the future instead of burning out after a great 3 weeks, not picking up the pen for 2 months, and then doing it over again. That's not healthy, and that builds resentment and sourness in your art. And your art is a cake, your art is not spoiled milk. Here's 4 practical steps you can take to build a good weekly schedule. Step number 1, you need to schedule time for deep work. Block 2 to 3 hours a week. Scatter them across the 7 days, however you feel is best for you. But in your calendar, when you wake up, make sure that you know if you have time for deep work or not, and you guard that like the holy grail. You treat your art like the relic it is. Too many choices can give you decision fatigue. So by scheduling ahead of time on a Sunday or a Monday or Tuesday, whatever day works for you, but scheduling ahead of time where in that 7 days you will have 2 to 3 hours of deep work, that will give you less to think about so you can pour your mental energy into making the creative decisions, not whether you want to show up or not in the first place. The second thing you can do is you need a research and study day. Yes, you need time to make art. That should be the bulk of your artistic practice. But if you want to be a truly great artist, you also need time to research and study the greats. Go to a museum, watch some YouTube videos, study design, study art practices, study techniques, study tips. But make sure within that week, you have a time that you are actively dedicated to the knowledge of your craft. What does Picasso say? Good artists borrow, great artists steal. Be a great artist and steal. Go to museums, walk around the halls. And if you don't live near a local museum, then you can do what I did and go online and search virtual exhibitions. So much of the National Gallery of Art in DC, a lot of those museums have online exhibitions. A lot of the major galleries in most countries, Germany, United Kingdom, Spain, Canada, Mexico, they have online galleries that you can explore and learn from. Do not think because you don't have an art museum near you that you still cannot learn from the greats because you can. There are opportunities. Don't make excuses. Number 3 is you must have rest and recharge days. You need time to work. You need time to research and study, but you also need time to rest. I would burn out because I did not give myself time to rest. Give yourself a 2-day weekend and honor it. Because if you don't, you'll become really resentful of your art practice. It'll feel like another job you have to show up for instead of something that you get to show up for. So take some time to rest, clean your house, meditate, journal, go to the movies with friends, go to a park, play in a social league of some sort, or go watch stream online, go play some video games. But you must take some time to rest and recharge. So that way you can show up to your work days full of passion and full of vigor. The final thing you need in your weekly schedule as an artist is you must build in time at the end of the week to review. Have an artist journal that you can track the things that you've been learning on your research days, but also how you feel at the end of the week. You need space and time to review your progress so that way you don't feel like you're just a rat in a wheel, or maybe a hamster in a wheel, I don't remember. But you want to make sure that you have time to review and reflect on the art that you've been making, how you've been growing as an artist, and what it is that you've been accomplishing. When you have that time and you build the time into your schedule, you will be able to end the week with a clear view of what you've done. That way your inner art critic cannot come and tell you that you've been useless this whole week. And that way when you go into the next week, you're like, oh my God, I feel so full and excited. Look what I did this week. I'm so excited to see what I'll accomplish next week. This breeds hope. This breeds contentment. And it breeds compassion for yourself. Those are the 4 things every artist needs in their weekly schedule. Name one thing that's been missing from your creative schedule today. Comment below. This has been another episode of The Habit of Art with Saran the Divanon. Thank you again for watching. Have a beautiful day.